Every day Democrats obstruct these changes. They fight like hell so that we can't make the changes. Every day they leave laws and trafficking victims, and we have a very, very tough law, Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act. They leave it in place. More migrants are put in harm's way and exposed to abuse and assault by criminal cartels. They could fix that so easy. It would take no time. This lesson can be seen all over the world where the rule of law is eroded. Where it is eroded, the Democrats, even when we had both houses, where we had Congress, where we had the Senate, and we had wonderful congressmen. We had the House of Representatives and the Senate, but we didn't have enough votes because it was very close. We needed 60 votes, and we had 51 votes. And sometimes, we had a little hard time with a couple of them, right? Fortunately, they're gone now. They've gone on to greener pastures, or perhaps far less green pastures, but they're gone. They're gone, Bill. Very happy they're gone. And we have great senators, but we need 60. We have 53 right now. And we had 51. We picked up 2 in the 18 election, but we need 60. So we need Democrat votes. It's very simple. We needed them before, too. We need them even more so before, when we had both the House and the Senate. So where the door is open to smugglers and traffickers, disaster always ensues. Nonetheless, Democrats remain relentless in pushing policies to add even more incentives to the unlawful transportation of illegal alien minors across our borders. You have no idea how bad it is, and it could be fixed instantaneously by the Democrats sitting down with the Republicans. The Republicans are all in favor of it. Virtually unanimous, I would say unanimous. We could fix it instantaneously. We just need a few votes. We don't need many, we need a few. But they don't want to do it. And one thing I've learned in Washington, I've heard about it for years, the Democrats have lousy policies, and in many ways they're lousy politicians, but they stick together better than the Republicans stick together. They stick together. They vote in a group. You don't see them going haywire. They may have a plan that's bad, like this, open borders. They want open borders. They stick. You don't have people going the other way and voting and going out and making speeches about how we're wrong. They stick together. We have better politicians. We have far better policy. But the Democrats do stick together. And frankly, I give them credit for that. But it's bad for our country. It's very bad for our country. So let me state clearly, my administration will not tolerate, and we can't do this. We can't do it. We cannot tolerate the endangerment, abuse, or smuggling of children. And the only way to really stop it is to change the law. And the Democrats can do that immediately. We will stand strong with the courageous heroes of ICE, Border Patrol, and law enforcement. These are fantastic people. They want to get rid of ICE. ICE is these are great patriots, these are great people, but they're also tough. Sean can tell you about that. You need toughness at a certain point, Sean, right? You need physically tough, strong, tough. These are great people. Sean's a great person, but he's tough. It's okay. We need strong people. We need tough people. ICE goes into these areas where you have MS-13, and to them, it's like a day in the office. And they'll walk into the middle of a gang and they start swinging. I don't think I'd want to do it. I don't think too many people want to do it. But these are brave people, and they're great people, and they love our country. And you have some congressmen in particular, but also some Democrats, they want to get rid of ICE. I'll tell you what, you get rid of ICE, you're going to have problems, because we take MS-13 out of our country by the thousands. We take other gang members out and drop them back either into jails, which in a way I hate to do, because then we have to pay for them. for 30 years. I hate to do it. But we bring them back to their countries and say, you handle them. Problem is that all of a sudden, 2 years later, you see them again because our laws are so screwed up. To protect our nation, we're also rebuilding the United States Armed Forces like never, ever before. Lindsey Graham said last night, he made a speech and he said last night that he's been a senator for a long time. He's been in politics for a long time. He's always been very strong on the military. He's never seen our military so strong as it is today. It's a great statement. And I know it hurts our budgets, and budgets are very important to me, but there's nothing more important than keeping our freedom. And this is a time when we need military, more important than anything else. We need military. We'll worry about budgets. We spent $716 billion last year and $700 billion the year before. And we have brand new fighter jets. We had jets that were so old they didn't fly. We had jets so old they had to go to the desert, to the airplane graveyards, they call them. They have graveyards of old planes. They had to go there to get parts. Now we have brand new, beautiful F-35s, F-18s, best planes in the world. And they're all made in the USA, right? We like that, made in the USA. And as was stated a few times, because I've seen it and heard it so much here, but I recognize the true capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. Thank you. Thank you. Every president said they were going to do it. You go back many, many presidents, they said they were going to do it. They never did it. They never did it. And I understand why, because the pressure put on you once you get into office not to do it by other countries is amazing. I got so many calls, and I knew they heard I was going to do it in 2 weeks. I got so many calls from the heads of countries. So when I knew they were calling about that, I'd say, tell them I'll call them back in a week and a half. I'm very busy. I'm very busy. Because it's hard to tell, a king no. They've never heard no before, so, I don't mind telling them no, but what do I have to waste my time for, right? But I see why that other people, that they just didn't do it. They campaigned, I will recognize all of them. And they didn't do it. And they didn't do it. They didn't come through. This is many, many presidents, not just President Obama. He campaigned on it too, never did it. Bush campaigned on it. Clinton campaigned on it. Everybody did. They didn't do it, and I did it. But what I did with the calls, I'll explain this just to this first row of young geniuses from Liberty University. What I did is I didn't take the calls. And then after I signed the document, had a press conference, announced it, and now Jerusalem becomes the capital of Israel. It's a big thing, right? After I did it, I probably had 25 calls from leaders of countries who were going to say, please don't do it. I called them back. Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's up? And they said, sir, we were going to ask you not to do the embassy in Jerusalem if that were possible, but you did it yesterday. I said to all of them, I said, I'm sorry, I wish I got to you a little bit earlier. And this year we recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. That was another big thing. That's been 52 years in the making. Many, many summits. They had many, many summits. People would fly in with their big jets from all these countries, these big, beautiful jets. They had to land. They'd talk about the Golan Heights for 2 days, and then they'd fly out. Nothing would happen. I did it. First time.